Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, question of the night. Who is the better couple on General Hospital? Jex or Sprina? Now, for me, it's a pretty easy answer. Jex or Jocelyn and Dex as opposed to Spencer and Trina. There's times where I'll sit there and listen, and granted, not all their dialogue is bad. Okay, not all of Trina or Sprina's dialogue is bad, but when it's bad, it's like Twilight. It's like Twilight level bad. It almost actually makes Twilight look good in compare. Actually, it does. It actually makes Twilight dialogue sound good, and that's saying a lot. Seeing how I actually watched all 4 or 5 of the movies, I can tell you that Twilight's dialogue is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I know a lot of people will sit there and say, "Well, all Joss and Dex does is sit there and they just fool around and they just, they play mattress tag or they have sex and stuff." And I'm like, yeah, I feel like the people that say that they really do over exaggerate. They really do over exaggerate on, oh, all they do is lay in bed. Okay, and they still do talk. Like they still do talk. I feel like a lot of times when people sit there and say that, um, I'm like, I don't know, maybe they're just upset that you know, Spencer and Raina didn't get it in. Like, hey, listen, that's on the writers. I don't know what to tell you. Grams TV is in the chat. What's good, Grams TV? I know I did my post a little bit late. I did. Um I would literally want to finish watching YNR. Yeah, this I'm definitely gonna need more than this one drink. This 1.5 drink. What's good, Grams TV? What's good, Lashanta? Thank you for joining. Oh, so good. Queen Nakisha's in the chat. What's good, Nakisha? Thank you for joining. Hope you had a lovely weekend. And it was really good to sit there and see you, as well as all the other members. Darby's in the chat. How you doing tonight, Darby? Now I know this is a bit of a hot topic, I guess. When you're sitting there practically pitting two fan bases, two coupling fan bases against each other. But I was like, you know what? I'm here for it. Let's do it. Lashana said Joss made me mad today. I bet she's doing something dumb. Yeah, that seems about her alley. On top of the fact that she's just very stupid and self-centered. Graham said Days was good. Didn't think everything would happen on a Monday though. Yes, yeah, they definitely killed it. I wish I actually had time to do a review on Days because I was like, it was actually pretty good. Nikki said, "You're trying to start fights tonight, huh?" Sprina. That's right, Nikisha. You know me. I'm break. Listen, listen. They could blame me for that because I'm the one that actually put up the title. So I will take the smoke tonight. Okay. And it's funny too because I thought about this title actually on Sunday, like the titles and whatever I was gonna sit there and do for the week. And yeah, I sat there and I put like a little fire emoji there because I was like, yeah, this one's gonna be a hot topic, but we want to get into it. Lashana said Days was good. Yeah, Days. Actually, that rooftop scene was good and funny at the same time. It was good and funny at the same time. Lord B says, "Hey everyone, I'm sort of here. I'm watching Jeopardy Masters right now, so I'm not going to interact too much. Well, it's always good to have you here, though. Even if you're not here, you're here in spirit. Blackmon's in the chat. What's good, Blackmon? Thank you for joining. Darby says, I hate to say it, but the more likable couple between both is Spencer and Trina. Spikewick said you already know Josh and Dex worst couple. Yeah, I don't know about all that. I don't know all that. I mean, sometimes, like I said, their dialogue can be pretty cheesy, and like that's saying a lot even for a soap opera. I mean, it's Twilight level bad, and I actually like Twilight. Double C is in the chat. What's good, Double C? Tamara's in the chat. How you doing tonight, Tamara? It was really great to see you during our members live stream. So thank you for joining. A lot of fun. Lashana said, I'm glad to see Jack and Kyle was disappointed. Michael knew about the chain of evidence, so he did so he did that on purpose. You think, okay, so Lashanta, you sent this saying that you think that Jack, you think that Michael like sabotage, why would he do that to sabotage his own case? Nikki said, what is your opinion of it? Who is better? Jax. I'm gonna sit there and say Jax. I like their dialogue a lot better. And as weird as it is, as much as I don't like Jocelyn right now, she has actually been a pain in the ass. She is still somehow more likable than Spencer. And I don't understand how that's possible, but yeah. She's generally more likable than Spencer. She was annoying the hell out of me too. Queen of the South was good. Thank you for joining. It's always great to sit there and see a queen. Spikewick says Carly and Drew are the dumbest characters ever. How they're acting. And I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't sit to say they're the dumbest, but it is definitely stupid what they're doing. Double C says now on days that's a cliffhanger. I laugh. Oh yeah, I was like, yo, listen, they could both leap off that roof. I was like, honestly, tell the truth, was like both of them can go. Probably listening to talking about, come on, baby, don't do this. I was like, man, honestly, tell you the truth, I got exactly what I wanted. I got exactly what I almost feel like doing a review on Days just because I got exactly what I wanted. Both of those characters went off the cliff. The amazing, gorgeous Janet is in the chat. What's good, Janet? Let's everyone say what's up to Janet. Janet says, I like Joss and Dax. Yeah, sounds so weird. Joss has definitely been pissing me off, but yeah, I do think that they're better than. What the hell am I actually going to put this at? And it's still too damn cold. That's awesome. Still too cold. Lashanta said Nate and Audra teaming up on Vicky or Nikki? Is that Vicky? I don't. Lashanta says I think Sloane's at fault too. I mean, she didn't help, but like, yeah, that's right. Let's everyone say what's up to Janet. Very quick says the only reason why I don't like Justin Dex is because they got nothing going on. They actually do have stuff that's going on. Well, to be fair, Sprina actually had a better storyline. They actually had action and adventure and stuff like that. So they did actually have more stuff going on than Joss and Dex. But they do have stuff going on. It's just it wasn't as big. You know, they didn't have like the grand adventure that Sprina had. Yeah, that's still a foreign concept to me. It's like speaking another language. Renee's in the chat. How you doing tonight, Renee? Thank you for joining. Spikewick says I'm probably going to start liking Joss and Dex when Sonny finds out about Dex working for Michael. I mean, don't get me wrong. I will sit there and say that I think they're the better couple, but Joss was just she was just on some BS. She was just on some BS today. I don't know what the hell was wrong with her. Hell, even Michael was like, you're putting him in danger by having him be here. You're putting him in danger by having them be there." LaShonda said when Sloan found out her brother was setting her up, she said nothing. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I do. I do. That's that girl I was sitting there saying, like, I get that. I'll just tell you, like I said, Colin and Talia flung off the cliff. Now, in the case that only one couple was on the cover of People magazine for the 60th anniversary. I mean, that's great. I think that's a very subjective way of looking at it. Yeah. Um, but you know, I get it. I get it. They got a lot of popularity. There's a lot of people that do like them more than Jax. So I give them, you know what I'm saying? I'll give them their flowers. I just can't get past some of their cringy ass dialogue. That's my issue, especially that. Oof, that scene, that boat scene when they were about to sit there and start knocking boots, and they were trying to do this really terrible Romeo and Juliet kind of dialogue, and it just. Ugh, it makes me cringe every time I sit there and think about it. And the sad thing is that's not even the first time. That's not even the first time that they had dialogue like that that was just really bad. Um, Nikisha said it's not subjective; it's literally a fact. Well, I mean, what exactly is a fact? Because I want to be very clear before I give my answer to that. That's what Craig said. I can't believe so. I couldn't believe he asked that question too. I was like, what in the hell? Actually, to tell you the truth, two people got asked to marry today. Sonny with Nina, and EJ with Nicole. Sonny asked Nina to marry him. Two cast exactly. Joshua's in the chat. Was good, Joshua. Being on a couple of magazines, I think is great, but it's not a fact. It's an opinion. Me asking this question, that's not just saying who's the better couple between Jackson and Sprina. It's an opinion. Um, it's not really a fact. I find it. I mean, because when it really comes down to likes, it's all subjective. You know, Darby says the red cup is yeah, you damn right. The red cup is back. Um, honestly, to tell you the truth, I didn't even drink yesterday. In case I only said one of the, I only, I said only one of the couples who was on the cover of People. You that was subjective. That's not what subjective means. They were on the cover. That's not an opinion. Oh, okay, okay, all right, yeah, that's exactly okay. All right, I got you. Lashana said, "Why Nina tells Sonny can't he trust Michael?" Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It felt kind of sneaky. I'm not gonna lie. Nikki said, "Well, facts means truth is true that they were on a couple." Oh yeah, no, no, okay. I just want to understand because I want to clarify because I literally didn't understand. Like maybe I said something wrong, so or I interpreted something wrong. That's why I asked you to clarify that because I wasn't too sure. Double C said Spencer and Trina are like the couple was in their seventies and in their seventies, and Josh and Dex are like in their nineties or like a nineties couple. Yeah. I don't know. Um, yeah, I didn't really understand why. Okay, but it's just to get back over now. It's like, okay, yeah, no, I understand. I think I just meant like I think I interpreted it the wrong way. I interpreted it in a way of because they're on the cover of a magazine that they're automatically better than Jets. And that yeah. That's what I said. But like I said, I don't know. I always find it really funny, um, especially on Twitter when people like go back and forth and stuff on that because it's like for me personally, I'm not into invested in either of the couples. Um, I guess for me, it comes down to which one can I tolerate more. You know? Oh yeah, no, that's exactly what I was saying, Nikisha. That's why I was like, that's why I asked you because like I wasn't too sure because I felt like I made a mistake, so that's why that's why I asked for clarification. Yeah, I mean that's a lot of times. Sometimes the numbers they go up and down a lot of times. So, no, to tell you the truth, small chat, big chat. I'm just glad to sit there and talk to people that are in the chat. You know. LaShawn just said what everyone thinks about Sunny romantic proposal. I'm sorry, I just sit there and laugh when using the word romance and proposal because I was just like, it just literally seemed like it just came out of nowhere. Like, oh, don't worry, we're all gonna be one happy family. Hey, you want to get married? What? I'm okay. So two characters proposed. You had Jess is in the chat. Jess, I already know your answer, but I want to hear it anyway. I want to pretend that I don't know what your answer is. We'll just sit there. Yeah, exactly. No, but just I want you to pretend I'm like plastered and I don't know. Just for giggles. Autumn said when Michael was talking to Josh about Dex, he kind of had a point, but it's not like she's not seeing the bigger picture. She only looking at how the situation affects not the rest of her family. Yeah, that's it. Well, I mean, Lashanta, I was gonna sit there and say for both EJ and Nicole and Sonny and Nina, both of them asked, um, like both of them proposed to. I felt like EJ was actually worse though, because EJ just came out of nowhere, was like, "Oh, I'm in love with you," which, as bad as that sound, because that did sound like out of nowhere, and the timing was very sus. Then he's sitting there talking about, "Oh, I love sitting there being with you and Holly," and I'm like, "Bro, you're literally sitting there telling me that you're going the extra mile. You're putting her daughter's name in this so-called romance this so-called romantic proposal that you're doing, and you're doing it for a damn company. Like that's my whole thing. Like I love EJ, I really do, but I'm like, bro, you are crossing some lines that Like even our guys sit there and look at you and be like, bro, what the hell are you doing? Um, like my thing is, what does marrying Nina fix? Um, her insecurity, you know, to sit there and trust Sonny more when he says that everything's going to be okay. Darby says, do you think they are setting up Gregory and Tracy to be a couple? Oh God, no. And do you think Carly and Drew have what it takes to blackmail Tracy? No, no on both of them. And honestly, tell you the truth, what would be the point of setting up Gregory with anyone when they practically are going to kill him off or slowly kill him off? But Tracy did start getting on my damn nerves, so to be honest. She literally did. I understood her in the beginning, but after a while, I was like, bro, you need to sit there and take that down a notch. Because your daughter, your granddaughter isn't exactly squeaky clean, and there's reasons why Chase dumped her in the first place. LaShonda said Nina was whining about not being part of the family. Yep. Okay, I see that. I see that Jess doesn't want to sit there and play the game, but okay, I respect that. Even though I know what your answer is, but I don't want to sit there and see if he's going to say it anyway. And yeah, no, Jess, I wasn't there for it either. It's really funny. It seemed like Nina was. It seemed like Nina wasn't really there for it either because Sonny was like, "Are you sure you don't want to reconsider your answer?" And in the back of my mind, I was like, "No, no, no." She gave me the right answer the first time. Autumn said, "Do you think Sonny proposed to Nina to pacify? Do you think Sonny proposed to Nina to pacify her? Because if we are going to be honest, if Sonny is completely honest with himself, he knows the family won't accept Nina at all." Very true. Jacqueline, thank you. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for joining tonight. Doing. Thank you again. That is really awesome of you. Um, Flora's in the chat. Was good, Flora? Flora Spencer. I like that. Quake says nobody going to Sunny and Nina's wedding except for Sasha, Maxie, Leaves, or maybe Dante and Christina. Well, that's enough people right there. You said enough people. Latana said this proposal reminds me of what he testified in court. Testified in court. How are you doing tonight, Flora? And again, thank you, Jacqueline. Thank you so much. Just said what game? My bad. That's cute. That's cute. I like that, Jess. What game? What game I asked? You know exactly what game I'm talking about. Gloria's in the chat. What's good, Gloria? Tracy is in the chat. How you doing, Tracy? Yes, hit that like button. It really does actually help. Where's my damn phone at? Jacqueline said, "Hey, Albert, this is my first chat class to see you here. I knew Talia and Colin were going over." Well, yeah. I mean, if you saw the previews, you knew something was going to want to popping off. And man, was I happy that those two just fell off. I know your part of me wants to feel bad for Jada, but her sister was getting on my damn nerves. Even when she was there, like, "Baby, calm down. Don't do this. Don't." Yes, Lord, hit that like button. I mean, everyone, hit that like button. I have no idea where we are in the chat. Hit that like button now. If I can actually get to my damn settings. Autumn said, you know, Albert, if you were on GH, I could see you ripping Jocelyn Newman. Oh, Autumn, I would do it, and I would do it with extreme prejudice. Okay, being dead ass serious. I would do it with extreme prejudice. Lashana said Ava gonna tell Nina if Sonny finds out she snitched, she's gonna leave her. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So we're at 13. We're at 13 likes. We have 31 people in chat. If you want to join the stream, hit the like button. It really does. It's not just a YouTube thing. It's not just a YouTube thing. It really does actually help. Valerie's in the chat. Jess. Ah, you're cute. Lashanta said, "Did you see Kyle taking down Chance about doing his job?" Ain't that something? Ain't that something, Lashanta? When Chance is like, "Listen, even if your evidence was on the up and up, right? Even if your evidence was on the up and up, still, you ruined her chances. You ruined Diane's chances." And at the end, Jack was like, "Yeah, I should have knew this would sit there and backfire in my face." I'm like, and what I really loved about this episode when Chance was like, Chance said the same thing that I said. How do we know that that hair wasn't there before you got, before Phil's death? They were married. You could have just planted that stuff there and said, well, we found it today, even though you found it like a month ago or like 2 weeks ago when they were actually in a hotel, probably knocking boots, aka bumping and grinding, aka you know what I'm talking about. If only I had more damn time. Hmm. Darby said Tracy has a pattern on the show. She shows up, suddenly be good for a short time, raises a lot of hell, and then gets everybody in the family mad at her, and then she leaves town and then repeats. Damn. Honestly, Darby, I don't think you're actually wrong about that. I do remember her doing stuff back when I started watching. Anetta's in the chat. What's good, Anetta? Medora says everyone's okay if Dex gets out the mob. What's he's gonna do work at Kelly? Like Michael said, he's was a gun for hires. He seems to like exactly. Exactly. Medora, it is really good to see you again. Big Nate's in the chat. What's good? Nate, I saw you in I saw you in James live stream today. And Big Nate says Sprina is the better couple. Just said Tracy defending Brooklyn against Chase like she's not a selfish, annoying B word. Yeah, you know, here's the thing, Jess, and I love the idea. I love the fact that she's not there rotting and dying for her family. She's really and to some extent, I'm like, listen, Chase, you can't be doing this back and forth. Okay, take her with her messiness and everything that it entails, or cut her loose. But after a while, it got annoying, and it was like, oh, you doing too much. You doing way too much. Like, Lashana said, Albert, did you see Chance look at Jack and Diane about fabricating? Yes, exactly. Lashana, I said the same thing. I was like, this is not going to play out the way you want it to. It's actually going to be a lot worse because now, even if this evidence is true, let the PD actually solve that. You did actually worse by doing that. Eagle Fang says, "What's good, Albert? ABC needs to do something with Josh. Her character is beyond annoying at this point, and I'm saying it for months. The biggest mistake was breaking her out with Cam like that." Well, to be fair, Eagle Fang, the actor that played Cam was leaving, so it wasn't really a matter of like a mistake. It was like the actor's leaving, he's coming back, but like that had to happen. which is the reason why I felt like Josh was being so overly cold about the situation. Anita says Sprina is better. Couples hands down checks are high on something, definitely not reality. I mean, yeah, I do think that their expectations is just it is very stupid. I will say that much. Just said not her and Cam needed to break up. She's better with Dex. It's not just here's the thing, Josh. Breaking up wouldn't have been, and I always go back to this. Breaking up would have been fine. The way she went about it was effed up. And her cheating, I had an issue with that. What I had a bigger issue was the way she treated Cam. I was not a fan of that. I'm like, you knew him since he was a child. Show him a little more respect than that. Anita said Josh is better with Dex. We don't know who Dex is, so they seem like a rebound couple high on lust and delusion. Hey, listen, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of lust. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And why? Okay. Now Lashanta says Michael Bourne's too smart. He knew exactly what he was doing. Phyllis is his friend too. Yeah, but why would he? Okay, see, but that's the problem though. Why would you sit there and sabotage your own case and your own your own winning streak? I'm sorry, but I can't exactly go with that though. Like that's like messing up my own winning streak for a friend. I mean, I love my friends, but I don't know exactly how much I love my friends though. Not to start losing cases, and I don't know about that. Just as Spencer wants Sprina untolerable. Yeah, they're good together, but I can't root for them when he's involved. You're damn right, Black Man, damn right. Just that for sure always said she was wrong for cheating. Yeah, and she was wrong for the cheating was bad, but it was also now just say yep. My what is that Moscato? I don't know what that means, Jess. Um. Oh, okay. My Koshi. My is that how do you pronounce your name? My Koshi now says Trina is always lurking. Spence is always lecturing Spencer on or taking him down for doing something stupid. At this point, she is acting more like his mama than his girlfriend. Let the guy think for himself. I hope I actually pronounce your name right because I know it says Maikashi. Is that a Maikoshi or Maikashi? And I feel like I'm just butchering both of them. But thank you for joining now. And I have to tell you the truth, you're not wrong about that. Emotional and entitled. Hey Jess, that's why I rock with you. Um Renee says Dex is a grown man and Josh is a freaking immature teenager. This relationship doesn't make sense to me. I could definitely sit there and see I started something tonight. I definitely started something tonight. I really did sit there. My co My Koshi. Yeah, my Koshi. I did say it right, right? Hold on, Makai's in the chat. What's good, Makai? Sorry I missed you. Autumn says to be honest, if I was Cam, I wouldn't forgive Josh at all. Yeah, I wouldn't either. That pissed me off. See, hitting the like button really does actually help. I'm being dead ass serious. And can somebody in the chat please let me know if I'm actually saying it right? If I'm saying this name right, my Koshi. His name was Mai, and then Ko, and then Shay. So answer this one. Is it my Koshi or is it my Kashi? Because I think it's my Koshi. Just say, here we go again. All they do is have sex. You know, I should tell you, Jess, and I said that as well. I said that as well. And you know what? All right, I'm about to throw some shade. I'm sorry, Sprina fans, but I got to do this though. Let me hit the string first. I think a lot of times when people sit there and say that Jacks all they do is have sex, right? I really feel like I'm gonna get like a yellow dollar sign at the end of this whole thing. But whenever I feel like they sit there and say all they do is have sex, all they do is have sex, I'm just like, listen, I get it. Trina and Spencer haven't knocked boots yet. I don't know what to sit there and tell you. Um, even when they are like after sex or whatever, they still do actually talk. They still do actually have dialogue. People sit there and act like they don't have dialogue, like they just sat there and they just you know knock boots and that was about it. But they do actually talk though. They I'm like, listen, I'm sorry if Sprina isn't sitting there knocking boots yet. Okay, and Jack says that's just how it is. Like I said, and like what you exactly? You're damn right, Valerie. You're damn right. Love in the afternoon, yeah. That's a nice way to sit there and put it. Yes, it's a very good PG way of um of doing that. I like it. I approve. Oh yeah, Autumn. You know what the problem is, Autumn, is that Liam will sit there and whine and complain. Wyatt, Wyatt will co-sign his BS. And that's my problem. Yo, listen, if I was Wyatt, I would be like, yo, listen, I'm getting tired of sitting there talking about Hope and Thomas. Like, when we actually going to do some work? Remember work, right? Like, this is what we got dressed up for. Woke up like God knows how early in the morning. LaShanta said Brooke is so fake and Taylor's too gullible. Yeah, it's just. Oh, now, and they said the sex is not the problem as much as they talk about whining and sunning. I mean, I get that. It's not. It definitely doesn't help. I will give you that. Now, Autumn says all Dex and Josh do is whine about Sunny. All they damn talk about something else. I get they do need to sit there and kind of switch it up a little bit. She said, "You damn right I approve. Listen, I approve for so many reasons. I'm not even gonna sit there and get started on here." And he says, "I just want more facts about Dex with evidence. I want to know more about Dex. See, I think that's very true. It's on repeat. It made me question actually doing um a review on it. And no, Dex is not Lazen Tracy. He's on contract. My dude in well, most likely he's not going nowhere. Most likely. I want to sit there and say he's not going nowhere because he is on contract, but most likely. Besides, they need another Jason. I'm just gonna be honest. They need another Jason. Danny's in the chat. What's good, Danny? Graham CV says I would like checks more if they relationship wasn't revolved around Sunny. Yes, they do have conversations. They usually come back to Sunny. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. And it is kind of annoying after a while. I'm not gonna lie. As much as I do think that they're actually chill, and I will, I do enjoy their scenes. They do need to sit there and flip it up. They need to sit there and a word that I can't describe. Ariana's in the chat from Dubai. Is Tuesday, May 23rd, 6:29 a.m. I'm glad I checked in for a few minutes and for a few. Ariana, listen, when you get back from Dubai, I want to sit there and know all about your trip because that sounds fun. Last days in the chat was good. Last day, and definitely safe travels out there. Like for real, Ariana, definitely safe travels out there. Exactly, Tracy. When you said Dubai, I was like, yo, listen. And he says, I would love them to be a foursome, but the mob life part gets in the way of a realistic foursome. Tracy said, just ask me because he seems upset with Michael calling things off work something. I mean, no. For story purposes, yeah, no, Tracy, that's just more drama. But most likely, as far as like acting and the actor goes, he's gonna be staying there for a while for a couple of reasons. Just that I'm interested in Dexter and who it. Yeah, that's. I'm actually waiting for that to. Lachanta Spencer talks about Ace. Yeah, but their conversations are. You do actually have a point, Lashanta. Janice says I do too. I love traveling. Yeah, I gotta travel more. Like seriously, and it's not like when I sit there and say I gotta exercise more. I'm just like, man, I gotta exercise. I really do want to sit there and travel. Um, One of the places I do want to sit there and go is to the UK. I want to go to a haunted hotel. I should be sitting there telling this stuff in the members chat, but yeah, I want to go to a haunted hotel. Speaking of a segue, if you're not a member, join. It's a lot of fun. Ask anyone that actually has a Dragon Ball Star thingy. We have a great time. I think we have like what 8 days or 9 days. We have 38. Try to get to 43, 44. Um, Ryan says, I hope Johnny comes to Chanel and Pauline rescue because this common character is just not likable. I hope Johnny comes to the Chanel and Pauline is. I don't. Maybe I'm a little drunk, but Tracy says, when is your goal to go to London? I want to try to go maybe next year, sometime next year, because I got to get my passport and everything like that, and I got to really. There's a couple of things. There's a couple of things I have to put into the work to actually get to that point, but that's why I definitely do want to go down. Genesis one, now we love to hear about what you're enjoying. Thank you, Janet. You're awesome. If I don't tell you that enough. Ariana, this is Mike backing. Michael actually tried to call off his arrangement with Dex before this time. So why is Dex surprised? Ariana, the better question is Dex knew what he was doing. And my whole thing is like he didn't actually this is what I said in my review. He didn't think for 1 minute that there's a chance that his client could change his mind about, sending his dad to prison. Really? Like seriously, I don't understand that. How in That's why I don't feel bad for Dex. Black Must says you're really interested now, but living your best life. Thank you. Honestly, to tell you the truth, it's having everyone here. That really does help. Jonathan is in the chat. What's good, Jonathan? Let's say what's up to my guy, Jonathan. Oh, all right. Just says, what do you think of Cody and Joss? I mean, Cody and Sasha. Um, I like them together. I just think that Sasha's just being extremely naive and kind of stupid. Like, I don't understand how on earth you don't sit there and look at that and be like Gladys isn't capable of doing that. That's. Mm. Likewise says Cody and Josh look better than Josh and Dex. Oof. You may have a tough crowd there, buddy, but I can see it though. Darby says I don't care if they're brothers. Why is Wade to invest in Liam's marriage? I have a brother too, but I don't spend that much time. Yeah, I don't like his co-signing BS. You know, it's like, bro, listen, you gotta get to work. You gotta get back to work, bro. Like, what are you doing? Thank you. Thank you, Ariana. No, I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you so much. But I feel like it works maybe because of the people that's in the chat. You know, I have a really good group of people in here. I have the best people in here. Johnson says this might make your day over the weekend. The president of Warner Bros. Discovery got booted. Yep, that definitely made my day. I know I'm coughing right now, but that definitely did make my day. Makoshi says they should make Dex and Spencer brothers. Oh, that would be so gross for so many reasons. By the way, did anyone? Okay, Jonathan, you're my guy, right? Everyone here is. But am I actually saying the name right though? 'Cause I've been asking that for a hot minute, and maybe I've been a little bit too tipsy to actually see if I read anyone correct me, if I'm right or wrong about Mike Hoshi. Am I saying that right? Mike Quick says we have Nina Clay, Nina Cassadine. We might get Nina Correntos. Hmm. I wonder what Brenda. I wonder what the actress that plays that the actress that played Brenda Barrett is doing right now. Then he says, feel like Jason is the father of Dax. Because she said she said, okay, good, good, thank you. Also, thank you for joining. And also, I'm really bad with names, so my bad for screwing up your name for like a good hot couple of minutes. Um, but thank you for joining. Just as I wonder if Nina will say yes. Uh, well, here's the thing, Jess. When I saw the previews, initially it seemed like she said no because Sunny was like, "You sure you don't want to rethink that answer?" I'm like, "No, no, no, she's sure." Ariana says Dex can leave town and take the bobblehead with him. He's a grown man. She must have a trick pelvis. Hmm. That's very true, Grams TV. That's that. I took a break from watching that, but that's very true, Dom. That is very true. Ron says the only story that I don't want is Nicole baby storyline. Who is the baby's daddy? Yeah, but you know what's coming, Ron. Johnson says in the previews for Tomorrow's GH, a woman appears in the stream room with Dax. It could be Josh, but I think it might be Christina. Oh, you're right. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda actually forgot about that. Marsha, 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 Marsha. How is Marsha doing tonight? Marsha says Team Sprina. Dave is in the chat. Was good, Dave? LaShanta says, I can't believe Nina's whining playing victim. You know, that's actually kind of funny. So I actually have a new video for the members that I'm going to be sending their dropping tonight. I'm going to be dropping that tonight. I did it today, and yeah, I'm going to be dropping that tonight. So I don't want to sit there and give any previews, but yeah, I got some opinions about that. Cheyenne, what's good? I am. How you doing tonight, Cheyenne? Thank you for joining. Ariana says Sonny and Nina will never get married. The truth will come out before I do. Hmm. Dave says, "What's your opinion on Gladys?" In my opinion, I think she's an idiot. Um, Dave, an idiot is putting it lightly. Here's the thing. I've dealt with way too many Gladys in my time. So she's not just an idiot. She is annoying. Like there's no tomorrow. Joshua says, I guess tomorrow is Kate. Okay. All right. I don't. I'm kind of excited, but at the same time, I'm kind of nervous because I'm like, if she messes up, it's not going to be good. Marsha says, Team Nina all the way. Also, Team Nina all the way. All right. We got 41 people in the chat. We got 21 likes. If you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. It really does help. I know it's. Trust me, I hate saying that. I really do. Just trust me. When I hear people say it, it gets kind of obnoxious. So I totally get it. But seeing how actually it did have some new people up in this chat really does help. Marsha says I like Josh, but she's not have gone to Sunny to but she should not have gone to Sunny to speak for Dax. Yeah, that does seem like a Carly move though. Marsha says don't be nervous. Talking to me or did I say I was nervous? Maybe I did. Oh yeah, I did. Never mind. Just said new Christina is okay. Marsha says hit the like button as you come in. It's that easy. It is. It also does help though. Cat Lady's in the chat. Now Cat Lady says I like both relationships. Okay. I mean that's cool and everything like that, but which one do you like more? Okay, which one do you like more? When we going in tonight. We going in tonight. I picked this I picked this because I knew it was gonna go a little hectic in the chat. So Toby says I don't like Drew. I feel that people only put up with Drew because they see Drew with Jason color glasses, meaning they put up with his garbage because they miss Jason like a consolation prize. Then he says they cast a new Molly on GH. Yeah, they did. Hopefully it's you know what, I'm not even gonna sit there and say that. Hmm. Ariana says Sprina. Okay. Well, yeah, because I know how you don't like. I know how much you don't like. You don't like Joss. Lord B is in the chat. Lord B is back in the chat. Now, Catley says Sprina. If I had to pick, LOL. Yeah, no, we picking sides. Lashanta says a young Carly always acts first. Yeah. Marsha said Drew is not Jason or no Billy Miller. Marsha says when is new Molly and Christina coming on board? I think the real question should be when is they gonna Ron says, Albert, so Victor's going to find out about Nate and his daughter being involved with each other. How will he react? He didn't care. Ron, I'm gonna be completely honest, he did not care. He slightly cared, but he really didn't care. And I think we're actually out. That sort of sucks. I was just going slow. Ariana says, "Damn, I wish it was 7 a.m. and I wasn't going to a meeting because I would definitely have brought the cocktails to this." Well, I appreciate you stopping by. You know, it's always a pleasure to sit there and see you and chat. So thank you. Oh, Jess, let me know. Well, Jess, let me know if you're still in the chat. Let me know if you're still in the chat because I've been watching a lot of you the show on Netflix. Um, let me know if you're still in the chat. Mind you, I'm only on episode 6. So, Artem says I don't like Sonny and Nina. That's just I mean, what is Sonny thinking, Albert? I like Michael and Willow. I think they're good for each other. Now I don't like Josh to self. I don't like Josh self-centeredness. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Value says Sprina. Um, you know what it is, Autumn? I'll be honest with you. What it really comes down to is that Maurice wanted to do something different. He didn't want, um, him and Carly, him and Laura Wright has been working for years. So he wanted to do something different. I'm okay with it because it is something different, and I feel like the actor is happy about that. Becky D is in the chat. What's good, Becky? I wish I did too, Cat Lady. I got to try to find a way to do the posing here. Okay, so watching this season of you, because see, here's the thing. I watch Gossip Girl, right? So in this odd way, when I was watching it on Saturday, I felt like I was like, in a lot of ways, this is like Gossip Girl, except for besides Kate, every other character, every other rich snob in there are just totally unlikable. And it's like it really tries to hammer in the whole, oh, you don't like them because they're rich. You're not supposed to like them because they're rich. And I'm like, this is like Gossip Girl, except for these people are just unlikable. Like they're just straight up unlikable. Laura B says I agree with Brock. Carly knows nothing about Drew background, his parents, if he has siblings, etc., and she wants to run away from him. Oh, run away with him. Becky D is always great to sit there and see you. So thank you for joining. And like I said, I will go back to just going straight on YouTube, but it's like the battery just goes to well, goes to hell. Let's put it that way. Anita says, but he is retiring, and this different is bad. Okay, so Anita, you mean Maurice Bernard is retiring, and this change is bad? Is that what you mean? Mm, maybe. I don't know. I guess it's kind of a to each his own sort of thing, but I get it to some extent. Bobby says I'm interested in Dex family. I do want to know more about him. Yeah, that's very true, Laura B. But let's look at it this way. Let's think about how long how long it took for Victor's plan to come to fruition. And we're still waiting on who is Mason and Austin's boss. I would love to know that answer. Okay, yeah, okay. All right, cool. Thank you, Anita. Latasha said, remember Emily, Anchor, Nicholas, Saucy, Trina being that for Spencer. Well, I will sit there and say it makes the scenes a lot more tolerable. Just say, yeah, I didn't like any of the characters except for Phoebe, the blonde. Was that the okay, Jess? Was that the chick that was Smith there? Cause oh, okay, yeah, never mind. Okay, I know who she is. I'm not gonna lie. In some ways, here's the thing, Jess. In some ways, I didn't see that person being the killer, but in other ways, I'm just kind of like, hmm, I don't know what to think. Here's the thing, Jess. I will sit there and say this: when you and Nikisha were sitting there talking about who the killer was, and I think you were kind of disappointed. One of y'all were disappointed. I was kind of just like, yeah, in some ways, I can kind of see why. I can kind of see why. But you know what? I didn't finish watching it, so I guess we'll sit there and see. Um, but I am liking it so far, though. Even though it still feels like Gossip Girl in a little bit. And Joe's character feels like Dan Humphrey. Autumn says, "Do you mean Josh because Josh knows nothing about Dex? I mean about his past. His parents are yeah. I want to know who is this dude's Johnson says Phoebe. Oh, Phoebe. Oh, wow, I said Phoebe. Jesus Christ. Jonathan, my man. Thank you, Jonathan. I really did sit there and say Phoebe. Then he says, how many times Sonny get married on GH? That was way before my time. And Jonathan says, still think it's fake Roscoe. Phoebe. It's really funny, Jonathan, because I watched it. I watched it this weekend, and I can still remember them sitting there saying Phoebe, and for some odd reason, I literally said Phoebe. Kelly says just having twins by now, as many times as they got it. Listen, like I said, I'm totally okay with it. I'm totally okay with the whole love in the afternoon. Lobby says I forgot about the boss lady. It's been so. Yeah. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you. Now, Lashanta says I love Sky. Just said I like who the killer is. Oh, okay. All right. I couldn't tell if it was you or if it was her. Um, I don't want you to spoil it for me because I'm only on episode 6, but you know what? Screw it. No, Jess. I want to know why you actually liked him as the killer. I'm very curious about that. They said, let me guess, you will be on for an hour because you need to get ready for work in the morning. You know what? No. Okay, so I talked about this during my live stream, and well, I talked about this during my members live stream, which you should totally join. I said this week, I said this week that I was going to attempt to try to do a live stream for 2 hours, Monday through Friday. I want to see how I was going to feel, and I was going to see how I was going to feel in the morning, and see how I was going to feel before I do my live stream. I can't sit there and promise I'm gonna do every night for 2 hours, but for tonight we're going in. Um, this week I'm kind of using it as somewhat of a practice to see if I can actually do 2 hours, and then know if I can sit there and do that in the future. And maybe I'll sit there and change it to 2 hours. Honestly, Arnold says, "Hey Albert, do you think when Sonny finds what Nina did, you think you will show her the door? Fingers crossed he cuts her off because honestly, I don't know what marrying Nina is going to accomplish. Besides pacifying her, let's look at this way, Autumn. How many times did Sonny? Are you kidding me? How many times did Sonny sit there and give Carly a pass? Carly called the feds on Sonny, right? Called the feds. Or no, that's wrong. But she did a lot of other effed up things, and yet Sonny still forgave her. Sonny still forgave her. So, like, I don't, in our reality, I don't think I don't even think it's not impossible. You stop and think about it. Anetta says Sonny just don't want to be alone, kind of like Brooke Logan. Johnson says anyone asked about Dex if he has a secret laboratory. Anetta says Sonny is not leaving Nina without a backup. Hence the why Sonny can't be alone. Then he says Sonny married Lily and Carly and Brenda and Claudia. Yeah, he definitely went through them all. Well, that sounds really bad. Um, have a good night, Laura B. Thank you for joining. Let's everyone say good night to her. And Jacqueline again. Jacqueline, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. Jess says I like him as the killer because it makes sense. I can't say okay, cool. Thank you, Jess. All right, I'm already. No, actually, I didn't. I can tell you one thing right now. I'm already kind of sad that some of my wine is gone. That's something I can sit there and tell you. Some of my damn wine is gone, and already I feel like I have to get more. But no. Seriously, Jonathan, what is actually the reference? I'm very curious about that. Ah, Jonathan, that like legit just put a smile on my face. That is awesome. Catley says, "What wine is that?" Chat. What wine am I actually drinking tonight? I'm being dead ass serious. Does anyone actually know what I'm drinking tonight? Sharon says those are some spicy noodles. They're actually kind of tame to some extent. I don't know, maybe because I actually start having them more. Anna B's in the chat. What's good, Anna B? But yeah, no, what kind of wine am I drinking tonight? Yeah, Valerie, I feel like I already need another one. I mean, like, need another, like, bottle of wine. Oh, Danny's talking about Audrey the Snake. Today she's up her plan, trying to get Nate and Hope. Feel like she's trying to be, like, broke. Not sure why. But here's the thing though, Becky Dean. I should have spotted that though. Like, yeah, no, I didn't actually watch the show, but I still should have spotted that though. Ariana says I have to go. Everyone have a good night, and hopefully I can slide by tomorrow morning. Well, we look forward to having you. I damn sure look forward to having you. I want to sit there and see if anyone actually, but no, have a good night, Ariana, and thank you again for your time. I really do appreciate you being in here. Um, I'm very curious if anyone actually knows what kind of wine I'm drinking tonight. Oh, so good. We have a great night, a great trip. My girl, that's right. Um, I still got it. You know, I still have to get that other wine though. I was okay. Good. Thank you, Valerie. Thank you, and thank you, Cat Lady. I was really hoping somebody else actually knew what kind of wine I was drinking. For a minute, I almost actually felt legit kind of sad. Watch just say, is that peach wine? No, but peach wine actually does sound good though. They said, now Albert, don't take what I'm saying. You're wrong about the Dodgers playing Willow was. Now they said, now Albert, don't take what I'm saying, what I'm about to say the wrong way. But I thought the actress playing Willow was departing the show. Um, well, I know there was a lot of contract negotiations and stuff like that. So it was very. A lot of people speculated that she might be leaving the show. But no, Dave, I'm not going to take that the wrong way, though. The Marshall actually does sound kind of good, though. Peach wine. Oh, excuse me. I'm actually have to pick that up. Lashanta said, why do Nate think him and Audrey are going to push Nick out so he can move up and give Audrey his job? Never Nikki and Victor are going to like, yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, I can 100% agree with that. And Johnson says, I bid farewell to NCIS Los Angeles last night, and on Wednesday, I'm going to bid farewell to The Flash. Hmm. Jonathan, what do you think of the Flash season so far? I want to hear your opinion. I want to hear your opinion on this season of The Flash before I even already get into that. Kelly says you don't name wine anymore, Albert. Already. Now, Kelly says don't name any more wine. Yeah, Albert already has a lot. And it's fun. Well, I actually do have a I do actually have your suggestion at the top though. I do want to sit there and get. I just have to go to the other wine store and see if they have it. But you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't even know if some of those people actually know what the hell they're talking about. Maybe I actually have to sit there and go through a somewhat deep dive and try to find it. Because I look for Moscato and then I look for Moscato, California, and people looked at me like, oh, I don't know what this California thing is. And then I found it on my own. I'm like, I literally found it, and you're sitting there saying you don't have it. Like they're looking at me like I have like two heads or something. I'm like, it's Moscato. It just says California. Like, what? And you're not moving anywhere. Um, and he says if Nick ever leaves, he should just work for his dad and his brother Adam. Work for Adam. Danny, you honestly think that Nick is ever going to work for Adam? I don't even watch the show that long, and I'm just like, Johnson says, I think so far only two episodes of the season was really good. There's just a lot of problems with that show. Um, mostly for the fact that he hasn't even like, how the hell are you gonna sit there and call us the Flash show? And this dude hasn't even really been on the show. Oh, he comes in like 45 minutes later, then he's gone. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, Jonathan, in some ways I'm going to be sad, but in other ways I'm kind of just like, yeah, we need to get to the end. We really need to get to the end of this show. Becky D says, yeah, I got tears rolling down my face. Becky D says, sounds like they don't know what they are selling at that store. Yeah. Well, first of all, Becky D, I hope those are tears of joy. I really do. I hope those are tears of joy. Yeah, my whole thing is, his thing, Kelly. A lot of times, whenever I leave work, there's a wine store by my job. But usually, by the time I leave work, I'm like Fred Flintstone. Okay, I just want to just dart home as fast as I can. Um, so I never really usually take the time to sit there and stop and like look and stuff like that. But I gotta do that though. Lashana says, "Freaking fat Kyle and Jack are so gullible." It was also pretty stupid because it was as backwards. Like, Lashana, I understood their hearts was in the right place, but they just went about it in a very asinine sort of way. Then he says, "Would it be funny if what the hell?" Then he says, "Would be funny if Nick worked for Adam and Summer should tell Kyle, but she's not." Yeah, of course not, because she's. You know what? I'm not drunk enough to sit there and say what she is. Kelly said, "Yes, take another look." No, I am. Yeah, and thank you, Kelly. I'm gonna take another look at that damn wine because somebody was like, "Oh, we don't have that." I'm gonna go back there and see. Okay, good, good, good. I want to sit there and check on you. Johnson says, "I hope the finale is good." I want it to be good. I really do. I'm gonna be. I'm sorry. I'm gonna sit there and somewhat rain on your parade. This whole season has been good. I don't feel like it's gonna be good. I hope I'm wrong. I put it this way, Jonathan. Almost every single series finale of any show that I've watched on um the CW has always been somewhat disappointing. And I'm even talking about my favorite show, the originals, and that was disappointing to some extent. So I'm not exactly I don't exactly have high hopes for it. Um W says, "What do you think is the most cutthroat Victor's kids? Nick, Victoria, or Adam?" Victoria. Darby. I'm gonna go with Victoria. I'm gonna go with Victoria. Marsha says she must live in a large city, Albert. I guess somewhat. I guess somewhat. Yeah. Or at the very least, meaty like average at best. Now, Lashanta says Adam. Very interesting. I mean, I feel like it's Victoria, maybe just because she comes across as very icy. Um, Now Lashanta says I want Summer and Kyle to break up, put his mom before everything. You know, Lashanta, I would say that, but I'm gonna be honest. I feel like both characters are trash, and I don't want their trashness to sit there and affect anyone else. It's like on Days when you had Nicole and EJ. I mean, you had Sammy and both of those characters are. Even though I like EJ, he's kind of terrible at times, and so is Sammy. I'm like, yo, listen, I'd rather actually have them together than them just wreaking havoc on unsuspected victims. Have a good night, Marsha. Thank you for joining. Tamara, have a good night. Have a good one, Albert. Everyone, I enjoy every minute of members only, and I look forward to more. Thank you, Tamara. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, we got 38. Trying to get to 44. We do actually have a lot of fun. We do. And one of the many things I do love about, not saying I don't love these, but one of the many things I do love about the members ones that we open up a little bit more, and it's somewhat like more one on one. Like I get to sit there and really like know people more, which is really cool. So if you're not a member, you want to join, definitely do it, and it's a lot of fun. Anita's in the chat. Hello from the Gulf Coast. Okay. Anita, how you doing tonight? Now, Lashanta says, I love Sammy. She was better with Rafe. Listen, Lashanta, I saw earlier pictures of Sammy. Yo, that chick was bad. That chick was bad. I sat there and I remember me sitting there being thinking like, what are all these men seeing Sammy? And I looked at a picture of her back in the 90s and I was like, oh, wow. Yeah, she had it going on. Justice this week, Megan gets out of jail and will be in. Jonathan, when she walked through those doors and she walked in that mansion like she owned it, I was so happy. I was so psyched because I was like, "Yo, listen, this chick walked in that house like she owned the place," and I'm like, "Man, I can't wait for her to meet EJ." I can't wait for her to meet EJ because I was just like, "Yo, this chick opened the door, started laughing like a DC villain," and I'm just like, "Yeah, this is gonna be good." Anita said Josh got a smart mouth. But she's also pretty stupid though too. I mean, Michael was pretty dumb as well. But when Josh was like, "Well, we lock Sonny up and then we just live our lives," and I'm just like, "But on what earth? What multiverse do you honestly think that you and Dex are going to live out this fantasy while Sonny's in jail?" None of that. See, this is a problem with GH, and specifically with this story. Sonny is the only reason why why Josh and Michael can just walk around Port Charles untouched. There is a sea of mobsters out there, and if it wasn't for Sonny, who knows? Darby says Victoria can't afford to be icy, especially because of all his kids. She's the most fragile and the most protected by Victor. And he said, "Doing good, thank you, but we already burning up." And you gonna talk? Okay. LaShanta says, Albert, you like Donna, Ashley, Audrey, and Sammy. I like the 90s version of Sammy. I know that sounds so bad. I know that sounds so bad, LaShanta. So, yes, my list is Donna, Ash. Well, if we're going to be in somewhat order, well, we got to put Jada up there first. Jada's at the top. So it's Jada, Donna, Ashley, Audra, and then Sammy. Like 90s Sammy. No, actually, tell you the truth, she did look kind of good in that wedding dress. She still got curves. So we just got to put Jada in there first. Got to put Jada in there first, and then Donna. Yeah. Uh, Johnson says she definitely going to get on EJ skin. Exactly, John. Here's the thing, Gabby. gets under EJ's skin. Megan is like Megan is a whole different level. Medora says Victor's going to fire Nate and make him CEO. Medora said Victoria's going to fire Nate and make him COO, and that will be her downfall. Yeah, yeah, I totally agree with that, Medora. All right, I gotta. There's really no nice way of saying this. I'm gonna use the restroom, and I'll be right back. What? Valerie says time to talk about your car warranty. Autumn says we're back. It was really funny. I do remember that on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. It was ABC. I remember that much. I remember it was ABC. uh, I love it. Shanta said that's why Neil left Victor's company. He knew he wasn't family. Adam Adam actually went to Harvard Business School. Francis says we're now back to Soul Chat without. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, I'm working on some stuff though. I can't say what it is yet because I want to make sure it pans out first. But if y'all did see me on Sunday when I was there doing a couple of tests, like I put out like tests on broadcasts and stuff, it's because I'm working on some stuff behind the scenes. Um, that if it's successful, I will be sitting there putting in the live streams. So I'll say this much. There's two things I'm going to be sitting there doing, and yeah, Valerie, that's one of the things I'm going to wait until that pans out. Once that does pan out, then I will talk about it, and I'll talk about the other plans that I got going on for the channel as well. So yeah, Becky says, let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby and get ourselves some snacks. Yeah. Uh, Anita says, I like Sally on Bambi. Yeah, I know it's a lot of people seem like they don't like her on um the on Y&R. Johnson says, which the mayor do you think can carry Stefano's torch? For what I would sit there and say EJ, but I feel like you know what? I feel like EJ's in a good running. But who's that other guy? Dimitri? No, you know what? No, screw it. I would sit there and say Megan. I would honestly say I would sit there and say either Megan, Kristen, or EJ in that order. I would sit there and say in that order because Tony is just there to sit there and kind of like mentor, sort of like EJ. Chad is, I don't know what the hell Chad is doing. Um, so I would sit there and say either Megan, Kristen, or EJ. And then if none of those pan out, then maybe Dimitri. But Dimitri is a new character, so I can't sit there and really get a good read on him. But those are the order I would sit there and go on. What about you, Jonathan? Lashanta said, Albert, why do you think Nina and Diane? Lashanta said, Albert, Lashanta said, why do you think Nina and Diane's gonna clash? Well, why would they clash? I don't understand that. Lashanta said, why don't they show Phyllis Hotel? You mean like where she's staying at now? I mean, if that's the question you're simply asking, then it's very simple. It's because they're cheap. I mean, let's be honest. When it came towards Mariah and Tess, one of the many reasons why they didn't show their storyline was besides the fact that they didn't care, was also because they were cheap. They were cheap. They could have showed Mariah. They could have showed Taraya's storyline, and they didn't. That would have required, I don't know. Um, it would require more money. I would sit there and say, especially just to get a hired actor for a little bit. Johnson said that I would say Megan right now. Yeah. Becky D says they used to play the song and then commission at them. Oh, okay. It's funny, Becky D. Actually, hmm, thank you for saying that, Becky D. Because I feel like that's part of my plan, so I'm gonna sit there and do. I want to see if what I'm working on can actually carry that. So thank you for um saying that, because I'm gonna look into that, Becky D. Then he sees my favorite, the Mayor Tony and AJ and Chad. It's see, Danny. The thing is, when I started watching, well, first for me, it's gonna be AJ. Um, but I sit there and I look at it, and I'm like, I don't know much about Tony. Hell, I didn't even know that much about Chad. And Chad, when I first started watching the show, the dude just came across as a dick, like an annoying dick. Hmm. He's less annoying now, so I give him his props. Seriously. Lashanta said the Grand Phoenix. The Grand Phoenix. Hold on, let me go back. Oh, the Grand Phoenix. Okay. Lashanta. Yeah, it seemed like they every time they do show the Grand Phoenix is different parts of the Grand Phoenix. So it's like the lounge area. Then you have like a little waiting room, cocktail kind of room going on. But they don't show. Because I actually tell you the truth, Lashanta, when I first started watching the show, all they showed was the damn lobby. That's all they showed was the lobby. Midori says, I know janitor hospital can be slow moving, but B&B is ridiculous. Here's the thing, Midori. It's not just ridiculous, it's repetitive. That's the thing that's actually worse, Midori, is that they will insult you by showing you the same crap like 3 times. And it's insulting. Midori says, I know janitor hospital can be up. Lashanta says, Stephanie and Gabby are annoying. You know what? I agree. I agree with that. I was never a huge Gabby fan. I got tons of smoke for it, but I was never a huge Gabby fan. Johnson said, "Get ready for another Demira Enterprise corporate takeover." I don't know why, but that actually sounds like that's going to be very fun to watch. Normally, I'm not really into the whole business stuff like on Y&R, but those characters, Johnson, um, Justin says, "Do you think Colin and Tali will survive?" I think that Tali will survive. Colin, on the other hand, no. Well, I don't think they're going to kill off Colin, but I think if anybody who's going to come out first is going to be, it's going to be Talia. What the hell? No, it's actually worse than that. It's a mosquito. Sorry, I missed everyone in the chat, but no, that was a huge mosquito. Mel, what's good, Mel? Yeah, no, it was a mosquito, like a giant effing mosquito that I saw before. I'm gonna have to sit there and kill tonight. Jesus Christ. I feel like, here's the thing, I feel like I won't be able to go to sleep until I kill it. Kelly says, so you're not gonna talk? Tell us what that was. Oh no, it was a mosquito. Anita says, boring Holly. Hmm. I just, honestly, to tell you the truth, they didn't. I feel like I'm gonna spill something when I'm drinking. I feel like that's gonna be the problem. But yeah, no, no, no. It's funny, Mel. I feel like I'm gonna try to watch it tomorrow in the morning before I go to work. Because, oh, I'm gonna. That's the problem, though. That's the problem. Cat lady is that I am gonna find them. The thing is, I'm gonna have to sit there and try to look into all this other BS, sit there and get it. It's so goddamn annoying, and I feel like, honestly, to tell you the truth, in a lot of ways, I feel like I get very paranoid when I don't find the mosquito because it's like it's around and it's flying somewhere. You know it's gonna come for you at some point. Yep, the vampire insect. Yes, that's that's annoying. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I had a chance to kill it before, but it's like I would have made too much of a damn scene. And then it says I stepped into fire. I stepped into fire in yesterday. What? Stepped into fire in yesterday. Not really understanding that. Then he says, "What do you think about Harrison Michaels' fee?" What do you mean by that, Danny? What do you think about Michael Harrison's fee? I don't know. Like, if you're just saying what do I think about him as a character, um, I think he's just Jason 2.0, which I'm not gonna knock because I like Jason's character. What do you think of his fight yesterday? I'm very curious about that. Um, I shot said I don't watch, but Lanika got me watching recaps. But my friend says Tony was low down. What do you mean? Lashanta said, I don't watch, but Lanikia got me watching recaps. But my friend said Tony was low down. Anita, Anita says, Inra, what? Tracy says, LOL, I'm the same way. Don't like bugs flying around my home. Yeah, it's just, you get that paranoid feeling like there's something that's going to come at you. So it's like, let's get it first. And the problem with that is, Tracy, is that I don't like feeling paranoid. And because I've had that before. When I've actually had to kill something. Because what I do is I leave my window open. I mean, yeah, my window open. Because I don't have the AC on in the daytime because, well, I'm not dealing with a bee. So I put my window up at night, and then any flies, well, not really flies, but like mosquitoes and stuff come, and it's just so it's so annoying. Jonathan, you're exactly right. I do need a bug zapper. I do because I feel like I actually have a trick to actually going to sleep more efficient now. Mel says Eric don't like the secret as don't like the secret so slow and just want to lose it. Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna happen. It's just I have to tell you, Mel, it's a matter of when. And he says my taxer is not working. Fire ants, okay. Now Lashanta said Nicole live for nothing, tell him. Darby says maybe you got Tommy mixed up with his lookalike cousin, but cousin bad Andre Demera. Now he was an evil Demera. Tony is the whip good Demera everyone trusts. Yeah, I mean don't get me wrong, Tony's not bad. Tony is I don't know. I feel like in a lot of ways I feel like I um think he had his cousin. I don't what was his cousin's name? Who was the dude that was sword fighting with John Black? Whoever that dude was, it wasn't Andre. He came back for a little bit during the Devil Possession storyline. I swear, me Smith did twitching when that damn mosquito came in. It's gonna look so odd for the replay in the morning or the afternoon, or whenever people watch it. I still actually have a lot of alcohol. Andre, thank you, Darby. You're amazing. Hmm. So yeah, that's the plan. Monday. I mean, granted, I wanted. Thank you, Jonathan. So yeah, that's the plan. I said this during my members live stream, so I'll sit there and say here. Yep, I had one chance to sit there and end it, but if I did that, I would have just knocked over every goddamn thing on my fucking shelf. Um, and I didn't want to look like, well, I didn't want to look more like a maniac than I already am. Now, Johnson says it was Andre. He impersonated Tony for years until 2017. What? Damn, talk about playing a long game. Talk about playing a goddamn long game. Oh, well, I guess I'm going to sit there and be up for like 20 minutes, Nikki, trying to find this thing and killing it because that's going to be fun. You know, that's a good use of my damn time. Okay, I'm going to sit there and say this now. If I start to go buck wild crazy, it's because I'm trying to literally sit there and kill that damn thing. And I'm trying to catch this lightning bug is spring. Becky D says, listen, here's the thing. To be fair, I want to use my hand. I want to use my hand. But I didn't want to sit there and get bit on my hand. Um, Lashana says Nate and Archer plotting up. It will blow up. Well, it will blow up in the most spectacular way possible. And you are taking so seriously? Okay. Justin says, do you want to end the live stream so you can deal with that mosquito? Part of me wants to. I'm not gonna lie, but the other part of me is like, you know what? No, because when I see it again, I'm probably gonna sit there and go buck wild and probably knock over a bunch of stuff. So if you see that, plus I can sit there and use myself as bait because this time when that thing gets close, yeah, I'm gonna go off. What the hell was I sitting there saying before? Oh yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna try this week to go. Calais says you did 2 hours, so you're gonna kill that thing. Oh, I'm gonna kill it. I'm going to kill it. All right. So here's the thing. I, well, this is turning into quite a scene. Sorry, last day. I kind of I feel like a damn crackhead at this point. I really feel like a crackhead. Um, sorry. Last day says Josh was annoying. You have no Dex for a year or so, and she's acting like they're in love. Just acts like a little girl complaining to brother. I feel like a damn crackhead. So, all right. Here's another reason why she want to sit there and kill this thing, right? Well, 2 weeks ago, give or take about 2 weeks, my eye started to like really hurt, and I found out it was a mosquito. It was a mosquito bite. CW's in the chat was good. CW. It was a mosquito bite, and that didn't clear off for like about maybe 2 or so weeks. So when I sit there and say I want to kill this thing, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. What's good, CW? Sorry for popping in so late. No, it's all good, CW. Because normally I wouldn't even be on this late. Elliot says because it's trying to get to your line. Listen, I don't know what it's trying to get to, but I'm going to use myself as bait. And then when it gets close, I'm going to go buck the F wild. I was saying something before I got interrupted by whatever that thing is. So yeah, this week, and I can't sit there and promise this. But this week, I'm going to sit there and try to do um, a live stream for 2 hours, um, Monday through Friday. I'm going to try that. And if it actually works out when I'm able to wake up early in the morning and still kind of do what I have to do, then I definitely want to sit there and try to increase these live streams. Let's have to say, do Devon know about Elena? Okay. I think it'd be fun. You know, I think Darby actually said this in the members live stream. Whenever I try to go for an hour, right? I usually go longer than an hour. Usually it's like an hour and 20, hour and 30, whatever. But I'm like, listen, if I'm gonna sit there and go that long, I might as well just sit there. Just to say you should buy a swatter tomorrow. Yeah, I think I want to sit there and get one of those little sticky things. You know, you put like on a ceiling or something like that, and you can sit there and just attract those things, and they'll fall into the stickies. I never really liked those things because I feel like when they start to get like really bunched up, it just looks really gross. But um, yeah, I don't like the idea of being paranoid all night. It took me a long time to actually go to sleep, like to yeah, exactly, a fly trapper. Becky says they are attracted to body heat and the carbon dioxide we breathe out. It'll find you when you turn off all the lights and computer, etc. Yeah. That's why tonight I'm going to sit there and probably stay up for longer than I want to. Thank you for letting me know. Mel says, Albert, you will love tomorrow's episode. Why not? Because a lot of confrontation. Okay. I definitely look forward to watching it. Um, you know, Fly Trapper is definitely up my alley, cat lady. LaShanta said, remember Nate wanted to know so bad about Adam, Amanda, and Abby. Really? CW says, are you kidding? Okay, CW says, I'm so with Jocelyn. She would have full agreement with Michael's decision if Dex were affected. Hmm. I do. Yeah, here's the thing, CW. I do feel that, you know, she's looking at this from a very self-centered point. Like, at the end of the day, Michael is allowed to change his mind. This is something that she doesn't get. And also, when Willow Smith is saying this is going to fracture the family, and Joss knew that there's already tension. There's already tension between her and Christina. You would think that she would sit there and put two and two together and be like, you know what? He has a point. But of course, Joss wants what Joss wants, and the hell with everything else. Then he says, Kate remember she was in Days and hope she did a great job on GH. She'll do a great job on GH. Time will tell. Time will tell. I know. Here's the thing. I know a lot. I know she's getting a lot of praise, and people saying she's going to do good, and it's going to be a very rough thing because she's the new girl. She's going to have her own take and everything. And he says we can eat up. We eat up with gnats, mosquitoes, fly horses. You need a fly swatter. Hmm. Toby says you don't want Albert swatting flies in there because that window shade is hanging there. That is very true, Darby. That is very true. No, I was gonna use my. I should have used my damn hand. I should have used my goddamn hand. Just so, yeah, I couldn't agree with. I couldn't agree with Josh today. She was bug. Oh yeah, she was. She was definitely bugging. She was. She was. You know what, Jess? Exactly. She was bugging. She was. She was definitely bugging. I think that kind of just sums up everything I was gonna say. Thank you, Jess. Mel says the way that EJ kissed Nicole is not passion. No, I'm gonna sit there and tell you something. First of all, when EJ, when the actor kisses someone, this dude don't feel like I don't feel like he's acting. That's number one. Um, I wasn't really happy with his proposal today. I really wasn't. Kelly says now we get that what Kelly says so now we get what we want. Fight, fight, fight. I got Christina. Hmm. If this was old Christina like Lexi, then I would sit there and say Josh would definitely win. But I don't know how tall this new chick is. Lashanta said, oh, CEO says I could see Kate, Christina holding her own against Josh. Yeah, well, CW, Kate is taller, and she is a little bit more bigger. Um, than Lexi, I think that's her name. Or if we put Lexi and we put Josh, like like it's a Street Fighter match. I'm gonna go with Josh. I'm gonna go with Josh. Listen, I gotta give the girl props, okay? As much as I don't like Joss as a character, I gotta give her some props. See, that's another thing though. I feel like if I went straight through YouTube, I wouldn't I wouldn't even made it to 2 hours. I really wouldn't have. Darby says I hope Albert doesn't use his sneaker to smash that damn fly. You know, Darby, that's exactly no, I would use my slipper. I would use my slipper. Which reminds me, I still have to take out the damn garbage. Ugh, so annoying. Now, Danny says, "Do you do not like Jocelyn mini version of Carly?" You know, I don't. But if you watch Days and you saw Allie, Allie had no traits of Sammy or Lucas. I feel like Allie and Josh are examples of not using their parents' heritage or some similarities between the two. Because Ali had no similarities with Sammy, and Josh has too much similarities with Carly. So, hmm. Well, Cat Lady says I would still pick old Christina. Okay, all right. Whoa. Wow. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually kind of glad that was the only thing that that was the only thing that actually fell. Surviving Christmas. What the? Okay, so we got 31. All right, cool. Autumn says Josh was doing the most. She needs to shut the F up and like Dex and Michael stay out of it. And the crazy part, Sonny is not her father, so why does she care so much? She needs to take her spoiled ass on. Autumn, not only am I actually glad that you're in this chat, but I agree with everything that you just said. Here's the thing. This is the reason why this is so stupid. Josh and Mike will constantly talk about the danger around their family. But it's like everyone just got amnesia and forgot. Everyone sat there and literally forgot when Cyrus tried to kill the whole family in one foul swoop. And I'm like, Sonny was gone for a few months and they tried their family. Up until the point where Carly had to step up as a mob boss to protect the family. But yet these two nitwits, these two idiots, are sitting there talking about how Sonny is the problem. Sonny is the one that's bringing danger. But yet 3 months and Carly has to sit there and step up. Josh is a little slow in the uptake, but I expect more from Michael. The only reason why these two idiots are getting this upset is because Sonny broke up with Carly and they feel like Sonny is abandoning his family for Nina. That's the only reason why they're bringing up this danger level, this whole, oh well, Carly should, Sonny should go to jail because he's done some bad stuff. And I'm just like, this is probably the most idiotic story. Autumn says not nitwits. Yeah, no, no, no. Autumn, that's too nice. You're a much more nicer person. What the hell? Whoa, this is gonna be fun. No, you're too generous on that. Mel says Chanel told Colin because of you and Sloan have given Pauline a panic attacks. Yeah, I'm just glad that they all just I'm glad that both of those two idiots went off they went off the building. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a fun night. It's definitely gonna be a fun night. Just doesn't mean I don't get why Michael will be so what the hell? I don't get why Michael will be so mad Sonny testified against him. I mean, I get why Michael will be so mad Sonny testified against him. I wouldn't even talk to my dad after that. Yeah, but here's the thing though, Jess. Even if you wouldn't talk to your dad, would you actually sit there and try to put him in prison? Like you know what I'm saying? Like let's just get this straight up. I understand some of the reasons why he's estranged from his family. But putting him in prison is something entirely different. And wow, I still have way too much wine. All right, I don't like wasting wine, so I guess I'll just drink the whole damn thing. Oh, cat lady, I'm glad you're here. I'm putting up a new video tonight, a new video for members. So I know that a lot of times the notifications don't actually work for some odd reason, but I figure I want to let you know. You look like me if I saw a spider. Yeah. Danny says never liked Michael and wish AJ was back on GH. And I have mixed feelings about him. CW says they had no problem throwing Sonny's name. And exactly CWC. This is the thing that's just so stupid. Just one of the many Effing reasons. No. Okay. Just say yeah. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do all that. Of course not, Jess, because you're an actually smart, intelligent person. Lashanta says, I want to know something. I see in posts everyone saying Carly and Drew broke the law. So even so, what does that have to do with Nina snitching? Okay, let me read this again. Lashanta says, I want to know something. I see in posts everyone saying Carly and Drew broke the law. Even so, what does that have to do with Nina snitching? With Nina snitch? Um, Lashanta, I think what they're saying is that they don't feel bad for Carly and Drew's situation, right? So like they're trying to find ways to get out of the situation. Everyone doesn't like Nina, right? But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you like Nina or not because it, Carly and Drew did that to themselves. They did that to themselves. So it's one of those things where it's like me personally, I can't feel bad for them. I just can't. Whoa, 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 whoa. Catley says they sure don't. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, the queen, the legend, Lanikia is in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, let's say what's up to Lanikia. Lanikia said they are forcing the storyline. That's why I can't. If you feel that strongly about Sonny, don't associate with. Exactly. And don't use his goddamn last name. Don't use his last name. Jesus Christ. I didn't, no, I guess I was kind of surprised that they were able to sit there and sign something electronically. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Lanikia is in the chat. Show the queen her flowers. Lanikia says told a fat, they told a fast A Carly not them. Yes, that's that's my whole thing. Like, it's very hard for me to sit there and feel bad for Carly. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't like Nina. I don't like Nina, right? But Nina wouldn't have had that opening if Carly wasn't so stupid and arrogant. Because they both sat there and was like, "This is not a good idea. You shouldn't be doing this." First of all, they said they didn't want her to sit there and invest all this money. And to some extent, I, yes, Drew and Michael told her not to sit there and invest the money into the company. But Drew and Michael are company men. At what point in time did they not sit there and think that what they were doing was insider trading? Because I know I'm kind of drunk now, but I could have sworn that at one point Drew and Carly was like, listen, maybe we shouldn't be sitting there talking about this because this is kind of borderline. This is kind of on a borderline of insider trading. Of course, I do love how Michael escaped all of that because of plot. Let me be very clear. It's literally because of plot. Cat Lady says I just subscribed to Lanikia. Lanikia, since I got you in the chat for a little bit, I admire the way that you handled that story with Haley P, whatever her name is, the chick that decided to get smashed behind the wheel and start driving and hit a bunch of people. I I give you a lot of credit for that. You stayed very neutral. And that's not something I was able to do. You just literally did the video, gave the facts, and you weren't biased one way or the other. And I commend you for that. Because for me personally, I was to sit there and say I was giving her all the smoke. I was I was going in on her ass. Is putting it lightly. Just as and why hasn't Michael been arrested? Oh yeah, Jess, they made up some BS talking about Michael didn't know. Michael had no idea what Carly and Drew were doing. Yeah, I can't believe I actually had to say that was I had to say that with a straight face. I actually had to say that. Autumn says, Albert, I think Michael loves Sonny deep down. He just doesn't want to admit it. Yeah, I can see that. But he's so stupid about it. Lashanta said Nina gonna lose in the end. Oh, she's gonna lose. It's just how spectacular is she gonna lose? Lanika says, well, we need to Lanika said, well, she needs to be fired. She tried to get ahead of the story, but Jace needs to fire her. You know, I know I'm gonna sound like a dick by saying that comment didn't just warm my heart, but it did. It did. Listen, if you feel like what she did was a mistake, and see, Lanika, you're nicer than I am. If you feel like what she did was a mistake, and you don't think that she should be fired the first time, okay, fine, cool. But I feel like people have gotten fired, especially from ABC, for a lot less. And just the simple fact that she needs to be fired. I know some people are going to disagree with me, and they're just like, all right, fine, whatever. But that chick needs to be fired. Uh, CW says no more $400 shirts for her. Oh, you're damn right not. Hmm. You know, I feel like I can go to sleep a lot easier. I mean, after I kill that goddamn mosquito, I feel like I can go to sleep a lot easier. There's very few things that actually make my night. And you know what? Because I'm kind of tipsy and I'm just going to sit there and just let loose lips, I said that for a while. I said that on my Twitter. I said it on my membership video, and I said that I don't know if I said that in my short, but the fact that Laniki actually said the same thing, priceless. As my friend says, as my friend James says, Spike Quick says, "Are you and Laniki are gonna do a collab? Or me and Laniki are gonna do a collab?" Well, I definitely want that. I know that Lanika got a lot of stuff going on, so whenever she's free and she's down to do it, I definitely gotta sit there and do a collab with the Queen. Listen, we're when that time comes, we're definitely gonna sit there and get into it. Lanika says, "I'm working it out. I'm not getting in. I'm not getting on camera until October. I'm working out. I'm not getting on camera until October." Okay. Well, Lanika, like us, we talked a little bit behind the scene. Like whenever you're down, I'm down. So, hmm, But yeah, no, whenever you're down, I'm down. You know me. I don't even have to sit there and say I'm down. Lish- Lashana said Nina told Sonny, how do you know you can trust Michael, his son, who knows? Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna lie, Lashana, I felt like that was very sneaky. It's like I felt like in some way it was like maybe it was just me. It was like Nina was sitting there trying to turn turn Sonny against Michael, and it felt a little weird. It was like, what are you doing? Lenikia says, well, he can't trust Michael. You know what? The sad thing is that she's right. I mean, my dude is sitting there ready. He was ready to sit there and go to the feds. Oddly, what I feel like watching tonight before I go to bed, the Boondocks. And oh God, okay, as my friend James always sits there and says, you never know who's going to stop by. And the fact that the Queen herself, Lanikia, showed up. CW says, "All hail Queen Lanikia." Yes, all hail Queen Lanikia. She's pretty. She's good. And like I said, I have to tell you, there was a lot of times I was having some difficulties trying to do a 4 reviews, and she was knocking them out the park like left and right. I was like, damn. But yes, as my friend James always sits there and says, JLJ Media, you never know who's going to stop by. Well, that definitely made my night. It definitely made my night. But I am going to sit there and end this live stream because I do actually have to get to bed. Lanikia says, I don't do wine art right now. I can't wait to start. It's funny, Lanikia, because I did notice that there were certain um, reviews that you weren't doing as much. I mean, Lanikia, without question, days, you've been crushing it. You've been crushing it. You've been crushing it to the point where I'm just like, so I even actually bothered to put out a review. If it's a really good episode, I will. But sometimes I've just been like, yeah, Lanikia's kind of got it covered. Um, but yeah, I think I'm gonna sit there and end the live stream right here because I do gotta wake up early in the morning, and Spike Quick says me and Lanikia Nina fan. Whoa, Lanikia's a Nina fan. We're gonna have to talk about that. Have a good night, cat lady. Thank you for joining. Wow, Lanikia is a Nina fan. Okay, we definitely gonna get into that one. Have a good night, Lanikia. Let's everyone say good night to Lanikia. Man, it was really awesome that you actually came on the live stream tonight. Jesus Christ. Maybe I feel like I'm kind of fanboying out a little bit, but thank you for joining. Have a good night, Spider Quake. Thank you for joining. And let's say good night to Lanikia. That was awesome. That was awesome. A lot of stuff made my night, but that was definitely like the bee's knees. Have a good night, Lashanta. Thank you for joining. Have a good night, Grams TV. Have a good night, CW. Because this is just going to take forever if I keep highlighting stuff. Have a good night, Mel. Thank you for joining. Lanikia says, and this is taking forever. Hi, John Albert. I don't always comment. Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. Also, if you're not subscribed to Lanikia, definitely subscribe to Lanikia. There's a lot of, here's the thing, there's a lot of people that do these soap opera reviews and stuff like that, but there's very few people that actually watch, know what sit there and say it's good, and she is definitely one of them. I mean, besides the fact that her numbers speak for herself, she's actually pretty cool. She's actually pretty good. Have a good night, CW. Thank you for joining. Have a good night, Mel. Thank you for joining. Have a good night, Becky D. Thank you for joining. Mel, it was really good to see you. Spikequake says next time she joins, maybe a Nina versus Carly debate. Ooh. No, Spikequake? It's actually a pretty good idea. That's actually a really good idea. I actually do like that. I didn't know she was a Nina fan. Her in DC. Interesting. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you for joining. This was so much fun. I look forward to seeing everyone back here tomorrow. You know how we're gonna sit there and do it. Unless there's any sort of craziness, 2 hour live stream tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We're gonna get into it, and yeah, I'm gonna go and kill a mosquito right now, so that should be a lot of fun. But I look forward to seeing each and every. Oh, also for members, I will be putting out my video tonight. Because I am not too tipsy to sit there and remember to do that. So have a good night, everyone. Thank you for joining, and I look forward to seeing everyone in the next live stream. Laters.